It's the second Leeds Pedal Show up in Leeds, obviously at the Northern Monk Refectory, and we're here with Andy at Funny Little Boxes. Great to see you again, sir. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks.
What can you tell us about your latest release?
So it's called The Treasure Chest. It's a collaborative effort between Funny Little Boxes and JSA FX. It is Funny Little Box's first foray into modified classic circuitry. So it is on one side a modified tube screamer and on the other a modified clon. They are modified circuits that come from the brain and hands of Simon at JSA FX. And they are usable independently, they are stackable, and they are also intended as like a companion piece to the 1991, where you use the 91 for rhythm tones and then stack the either side or both sides of the treasure chest into it accordingly for lead tones. Yeah, it's currently only available on pre-order, but it will be in stock very soon as enclosures are finally getting on the move next week. And yeah, it's really cool.
That's awesome. I'm really excited for this one, and I tried this just now, and it sounds amazing paired with the 1991, like you said as well. So that's really, really cool sounding pedal. I like the artwork as well. I'm always a sucker for cool artwork.
Well, yes. So the artwork is by Jimbo Phillips, who is a legendary skate and surf artist from the 80s through the 90s. He's done loads of stuff for Santa Cruz, and yeah, so that was very cool to have him involved. And I should also say, as always, Marc from SoundLad Liverpool has done the PCB design, yeah, that job ain't easy, so he deserves huge credit for making this one actually work.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll give Marc his flowers in a minute. We'll go over there and see him next. But thank you so much, Andy. Appreciate it. Well done. Congratulations. As promised, we're here with Marc at SoundLad Liverpool. Great to see you again, Marc. How are you doing?
Yeah, man, good. Yeah, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm all right. You've got some new releases, some new pedals on the horizon by the looks of it. What can you tell us about these cheeky little prototypes?
We've got Nice One and Two Sugars. Obviously, TS, we know what's going on here, a bit of green, yeah, okay, we know what we're getting. But let me just, here's the pitch, right? So in the comp high mode, so we got this little, so we got these Two Sugars. It's got this little compression, compression thing. It's less of like an active compressor. It's more the feel of the tube screamer. So in the high position, it can get a little boxy. I find great for live. Like you play into it, it plays itself, kind of thing. You know, you hand off to the it's lovely. Really nice. Problem is, it can be a bit difficult for home use. So for me, I much prefer a discrete op amp on the tube screamer. So what this does, this little comp thing, is it swaps out the 4558 for a little discrete op amp tube screamer. And then actually, it's not a tube screamer at all, it's a Timmy, right? So what I've done basically is made the Timmy, voiced it so that it acts like a tube screamer. And we got this little bass control here, so we can return some of that bass that we've cut. We can just bring that back into it. Again, just makes it a bit nicer for home playing, you know, like sitting at home doing that kind of thing. Really nice, and we've got inside there, it's just relay bypass. We've taken some of the tech from the Sketchy with these switches. We're using the same switches, the same relay bypass, doing that kind of business. If I open up the inside of it, we've got all the Weimer caps, all of the, you know, the fancy things. OPA 1656 op amps in there. So it's like they're the op amps out of the Bose soundbar. Actually, they were designed by Texas Instruments for Bose. So it's got like high-end audio stuff. So it sounds great anyway. And then and you know that this little switch took me ages, like absolutely. Like, it took me about 3 months to figure this, because you can't just leave that op amp just sat on the board not doing anything. It'll just be ringing out, singing. Noise floor comes up, what a nightmare. So you have to park it electrically, you have to render it inert electrically. So now you're swapping out between the two, bam bam, one for the other. Okay, absolute nightmare, but cracked it, okay, fine. Nice One is, it's in a very real sense, it's the Clean Machine V2. Which is kind of like Music Radar said the Clean Machine was a masterpiece of a preamp, a slightly flawed masterpiece of a preamp. And the slight flaw was that it relied a lot of the time on the signal chain. It had a low input impedance, it had a transformer coupled output, basically non-linear inputs and outputs, kind of annoying. And also I felt like Clean Machine wasn't really delivering. I made it as a lyric. It was supposed to be like a lyrical reference, but it turned into like people wanted the machine for making cleans. right? So I'm like, well, if I was going to make a machine for making cleans or like that kind of sound, then okay, well, here's how we're going to do it. Yes, love the masterpiece of a preamp. I'm not putting that in the bin, never. So we've got on this side here, we've got the clean machine, but we've introduced, we've souped it up a little bit, made it a bit so it's a bit more gain on tap, a little bit more predictable, a bit more drivey. It doesn't just drop out as you pull it back. A bit more controllable, really nice. So the clean machine V2, absolutely rocking there. But we've also really nice high-end audio buffer on the input with the OPA 1656, splitting the signal out into a clean path and a drive path on the top here. So this is your clean path, this is your dry path. There's a little blend control on there. And with the clean path, the thing is with the drive is that when you dig in, the drive's going to compress that clean down and then produce these distortion artifacts that everyone loves, this kind of thing that we all go mad for, right? The problem is with the clean is that as you dig in, if you get this spike and transient coming out, you need to control that as well. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to not spike on the drive, it's just going to saturate more, but then the clean sound is just going to jump out and we're going to get this horrible spike, right? So what you really want is a way of controlling the dynamic range of the cleans without producing them harmonic artifacts. We call that a compressor. Fantastic, right? So what we need then is a compressor on the clean sound. So we got input, buffer, split. Clean sound's got a nice transparent compressor there, drive sound there, blend them in, relay bypass, all the Weemers, OPA 1656, just like absolutely inductive top end. It's the masterpiece of a preamp made just even better. Like, and you played it yourself earlier, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I was just going to say I got to plug in and have a little cheeky go earlier, and yeah, I'm not a fan of compressors. I was saying.
You said.
They don't do it for me.
Yeah.
That does it for me.
Thank you.
That's really, 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 really nice. And
it's mainly a limiter. It's mainly a limiter. So like normally with the duck and swell with compressors, and you know you can lose a lot of stuff. Like it's just fast as hell. Like J-FET bass, just fast, and it's just limiting. It's just to stop them transients like jumping out when you dig in. That's it. There's a whole signal chain in a box, and I was so happy when you were playing it, and you were just like, yeah, this is great. I'm loving this. Loved it, mate.
It was fantastic. I really enjoyed that one. And like I said, it sounded. You got the perfect guitar with it as well for that kind of stuff. Like single coil, nice bright sound going into a classic quacky sounding compressor.
You said quacky, but you said it reminded you of the Texas Specials.
Yeah, it sounded fantastic. So I really like that one. Congratulations.
Cheers, man.
You don't know how to phone it in when it comes to your pedals. You definitely go above and beyond when you do something. You definitely go for it. So
lad, you should see the inside of these things. It's mad. Like if I showed you now the inside, I haven't got a screwdriver. If I showed you the inside of that and say guess the pedal, you would never land at Tube Screamer. But I've done it. They work. They do what they're supposed to do, and they do it. Yeah, apparently today they're doing it really well, so I'm absolutely chuffed that everyone's. It's got especially this got a solid reaction today, so absolutely made up, mate. Yeah,
fantastic. And I'm sure when it's ready for full production, the artwork's going to be amazing as well, because all of your pedals look great as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the final appearances as well for these two.
Me too, lad. Me too. And I'm waiting on my brother to like get involved. He's perpetually got his head up his arse, that lad. So I mean, he's the busiest man you ever met. So I'm just waiting for him to come through with the artwork, and then hopefully now they should be done with it. We're hoping here for a nice little scene of Liverpool. Two Sugars is actually TS is a tribute to an old tea shop that used to be like the best first date venue in Liverpool. Leaf, it's now closed down. So we're going to have a nice little shot of Bold Street in Liverpool up there with the bombed out church at the top. And then this one, I'm thinking with the grey and the white, because it's on the clean sound, utilitarian, I want to kind of push that like minimalist approach to it and just let the pedal do the talking, because on position 5 and 4 on the Strat there, that thing is just like, it's my new favourite pedal.
I can understand why. Well done, appreciate it. Thanks for the time and talking us through, and very excited to see these when they're finished and ready. So hopefully feature on my channel at some point. I'll throw a little demo on my channel for these.
I'll get you sent over, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Be great. Yeah, thank you again. Take care, have a great show.
Cheers, Phil. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Here at Gwion Audio with Gwion, and of course something new in the works as promised. Gwion, what do we have here? You did say
So yeah, I did mention this to you last time, but it wasn't public knowledge at the time. So I've just finished this little micro mountain mover, which is a condensed version of the fuzz in this circuit. It's essentially just set to my preferred settings, and then the only big knob you've got left is for the tone, so you can shift it with your toes. It's essentially a filter control, and you've still got mid-shifting controls with this toggle here. It's just cheaper and smaller than the bigger brother. But yeah, so that's up for pre-order currently. I think I put it up, I don't know what day we're on now, Wednesday, so some days ago, less than a week ago. But yeah, they've sold relatively well, so hopefully people want them. And it means I can pay my mortgage, which would be nice. And then this is a prototype I've got on here at the minute. It's just an old case I've spray painted and printed so I'd have something ready to show people at this to get some feedback. But it's a sort of noise / chaos generator with this touch plate which controls the oscillation. You've also got external input, so you can run a guitar through it, and it will essentially work as a fuzz pedal, although I'd prefer to put like a drum machine or some sort of synthesizer through it. And yeah, I've added a foot switch. It wasn't originally going to have one, but if it's got a foot switch, you can put it on a pedal board if you want. But if you were to use your feet for this, you would need to play barefooted, which is gross, and you definitely shouldn't do that. But tabletop works best. But yeah, I'm hoping this is going to come out around June. It's pretty much done. I just need to tidy up the guts a bit and just make it, you know, sensible to build, because at the minute you'd have to build it like a madman for it to work, and I don't want to do that multiple times.
Awesome. Well, as always, it just the fact you're so prolific that even just within the month of a month of seeing you last, 2 new pedals. That's
it's my small attention span. I can't do anything for too long.
You're just hyper focusing on making more stuff. Thank you so much for talking it through.
No worries.
Very, very cool. I tried that earlier. That's a beast of a pedal, and yeah, captures the essence of that side anyway of the mountain mover, and
but small.
Yeah, fantastic thing, and that was a lot of fun as well. That's just mental, absolutely amazing thing. So yeah, nice one. Well
no
done.
worries.
Thanks, Gwion.
Cheers, dude.
Have a good one. See you later. I'm here with Ian at Gigahearts FX. Ian, good to see you, dude.
You too, Phil. Always a pleasure. Yeah, just knocking my signs over, you know.
You've been a busy bee, as always. You got some new stuff.
It's been super fun. Yeah, I actually just launched this little guy, Tray Bull. So it's a 2-in-1 treble booster with various range switches and pickup simulator built in on one side, and then you've got a mid boost on the other, like a broad frequency kind of fat boost. So it covers anything from like 70s Brian May through like 80s and studio guitars with built-in mid circuits to make things fat. Sounds good in front of a distortion or after, and yeah, it's my little take on that kind of circuit for now.
Very cool. And everything else on this board looks new as well as this.
Yeah, so I had a little bit more space here at this show, so I had the opportunity to have 2 boards. And yeah, I brought some of my kind of custom stuff. So like the Gig Buff and the Imbrium are based on like the PCB projects I sell. And this is an example of like a custom shop. So someone came to me and said, "Can you make me the most tricked out Green Russian ever?" So it's like, yeah, of course, let's do that. And the other one on here is neither of those. This is actually a prototype. This is called Denton. It's not a clone of anything. It's just been heavily inspired by a kind of a shoegaze's favourite called the Deus Ex Machina by Blakemore. So they shut up shop in about 2018, but they had a cool idea to put a pre-gain mid-boost in front of like an op-amp style Big Muff. And so this has a 3-way mid-boost and a clean blend, so you can play like time-based effects in front. Goes really dirty, really gnarly, and yeah, you don't lose your attack. So yeah, that's probably, well, I don't know, it'll come out soon, you know, just probably in time for the next show, maybe.
Well, but at this rate, at the next show, you'll probably have another 20 odd pedals.
We're going to need a bigger boat, Phil. I think it's the answer. But no, I just wanted to show off like some of the...
Showing off, just that's the end of that sentence. I just wanted to show off.
Just wanted to show off, but yeah, share with the community some examples of like, you know, this is like, you know, small batch, off the shelf. Go on the website. This is what you'll see, and then this is like if you've got ideas or if you want to like commission something. I do about one a month right now. It's about a 4-week lead time to go from like an idea to a fully finished pedal.
Awesome. So I've obviously spoken with you about a lot of these before, and we obviously just covered the Tray Ball. I played through all of these earlier. They're all great. This one, though, I think is my favourite of these 5. What can you tell us about the Gig Buff?
Yeah, so the Gig Buff is, like a lot of the names of my pedals, a bit tongue-in-cheek. I don't want to upset Mike Matthews by naming his pedal, but it's quite clear what the inspiration is. So around Christmas, there was a new version of the aforementioned came out, and I did a bit of research to figure out how that worked, and I made a couple of versions of it, which I offered as DIY PCBs. This was like an earlier one. That was just one I made myself as a Christmas present, and it's a 3-knob Big Muff style pedal, so it's like we can make that a bit more fun. So this project exists. So this sits inside here, and it gives you the original 3 knobs, but then you get a 3-way silicon LED, germanium clipping. You also get a mids control, variable mids. You get a clean blend, so it's very friendly to bass players, for example. And you get the kind of ubiquitous tone bypass. If you don't want any of the fun tone stuff going on, just a raw signal, you can flick that switch. So it's a tricked out version of that circuit, and the circuit board's like a tenner, and you can make one yourself, basically.
Awesome. Amazing.
If people twist my arm, I'll build one for them, but it's just like some things I don't want to kind of like I would have like a ginormous line of pedals. It's more like inspiration, and if people are not DIY minded and want want to be built, like of course I can do that, like it's no problem at all. But they were the genesis of them was kind of DIY centric. So that's kind of where I came from. Like in 2011 was all DIY essentially.
So if anyone's got variations of these or anything specific, they could just obviously drop me a message. And
like as it says, got an idea, let's chat, let's get it made. Like drop me an email. That's how all these conversations start. People just drop me an Instagram or drop me a message through the website, and we have a bit of a back and forth. Some people have graphic ideas. Otherwise, I kind of give some kind of mock-ups and we finalize things. I do bespoke PCB design for every project, so it's not like buying an off-the-shelf PCB and just clobbing it together. There's built from the ground up, and to whatever specification people want, really, and we go through the iterative design. Everything then ships out. So it takes about a month right now, and I always have a couple ongoing, so I might rotate them at the next show.
So the last 2 then we've got on the end here. What can you just talk us through these 2?
So maybe start here. So this one was called Imbrium, which is based on the moon rock. So it's a bit zeitgeist. JHS just put out something called the Coyote, which was based on the moon rock. And that circuit isn't a complete secret, but it's a bit mysterious. And you can actually make it more fun. You can add like gain control and gain ranges. You can make it so that the swell effect actually has the octave blended in as well. And this is just, again, an expanded take on the GS Willie moon rock. And he passed a couple of years ago, and he handmade all those pedals, and there are very few of them out there. They hardly ever come up for sale. So it's a way to, you can make your own and pay homage in whichever way you see fit. So it's got the big moon, and Imbrium actually, it's the big lake that's on the moon, so that's where the name comes from. Lastly, this little guy, Ones and Zeros. So this was just something I thought of for these shows. So I did one in Birmingham, I'll do another one in Norwich at Fretfest, and it's a kind of one-off finish. So this one's black and green, other one was green with black, and then there'll be a grey one too. And it's essentially this little circuit inside. So people come up, sign up to the mailing list, I give them this. They can scan the QR code, you can build your own if you don't win, but someone wins that one today. I actually need to draw the prize, so haven't done that yet. But it's again, I can make them for people, but the idea is it's like a unique one-of-one kind of giveaway to do at shows, and It's had pretty good feedback. It's pretty gnarly. It's like all or nothing.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute beast. It's awesome. Thank you very much, Ian. Appreciate it. Have a good show. Take care. Bye. And I'm really happy to meet at long last, after talking online for quite a while, Phil and Arti from Blue FX Devices. Obviously, I know all about the fuzz fields that we've got here. It's great to see this on a board again, but you've got something new.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this bad boy?
Sure. So this is a prototype of our new digital delay emulation. So it's a tape emulation called Cassetta. It has some fluctuations like flutter and wow, aids, and then we have some heads, different delay intervals, dry, wet, delay time, and repeats. So we just try to make it sound like, you know, an analog tape player or recorder. So you have some extra CV ins to synchronize it or to modulate it, an expression pedal that you can assign to different parameters. Of course, all these are not yet ready, are not yet implemented, but we're working on it so we can release it maybe after the summer.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you've got sync in, CV in, like same on the fuzz field, so presumably lots of potential there for external control.
The idea is that with the control voltage right now. Oh yes, sorry man. The idea is with the control voltage you can modulate the different modulations with an external expression or an external like automatic expression as we got.
Yeah.
You can synchronize it if you got like a sampler or you got like a digital gear that you're working with.
Yes.
Like synthesizer world kind of idea, you know. And also, if you synchronize this one, you can synchronize this one as well, and make kind of like a little playground from our pedals at the same time.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that when it's finished and fully stereo and everything.
Yeah, it's also stereo, so you have a lot of nice options there. We are working on it to make it sound, you know, as good as we want to be. So
we honestly tried very hard to have it like produced for Leeds, and we had a few issues in the meantime, so we did kind of like a hand-etched version of it.
Yeah. it's prototype 1, prototype 2 over here.
Before we got the first plate done, but hopefully by September we're going to have it out and introduce it to the world and see what they think about it.
Very exciting. Looking forward to seeing that when it's finished. And you've also got this very intriguing looking plumbing device, or looks a piece of plumbing hardware.
Okay. I found this wall plug in my parents' house in the basement. It's actually a wall electric switch.
Electrical switch for lights from the 70s.
From the 70s, exactly. A Greek brand that made this out of die-cast aluminum. So right now we turn it into a fast pedal. We have only 10 pieces left, and it's all exclusive. We can say that because after we run out, we are not sure if we will be able to find more of this.
Press it down, hold it down, hold it down. If you hold it down, yeah. The idea is that it's the same fuzz engine as fast fields.
Right.
But you also got the oscillations if you hold it down.
Oh wow.
So it's for somebody who doesn't want to think too much, just get all the crazy stuff outside.
That's very cool.
And you got a mean looks, the mean looks as well.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
it's very,
thanks.
And it's called P-Lux Fuzz after the brand that used to make this beautiful switches. Yeah.
It's amazing. Very, very cool. And I can't not talk about the white colourway for the fuzz fields as well. That looks absolutely awesome.
And that's
it looks so good in white.
It's an all exclusive that we collaborated with Stefan from Northern Boxes, Stone Boxes, and it's you can find it only there in his store.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's an all exclusive for Northern. Yeah, Stone Boxes.
I wonder if he'll trade my black one for a white one.
Well, you can ask him, and maybe
I could ask him, maybe.
Maybe he would like a black one for himself.
Maybe.
As well.
You never know. Maybe. And then you've got a matching white.
Yeah, we have a white
it as well.
Yeah.
That's
so black and white. Yeah.
So good. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. It's great to meet you. It's long ago with the.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, take care, guys. Appreciate it. Bye. Bye. As always, it is extremely exciting to catch up with Michael, my good friend at Emmergy FX. Michael, how have you been? How's your day been? How's the show been?
You could just look at the smile on the face. Yeah, I've seen so many amazed looks from people's faces when they hit a switch and something unexpected happens. So, yeah, absolutely buzzing from the day. Exhausted.
I'm glad you were able to make it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
What can you tell us, just quickly, obviously everyone's going home now, but what can you tell us about anything new that you've got here? I mean, I don't recognise this one, this is new, right?
Yeah, that is new. You'll be getting one soon to demo.
That wasn't a hint.
Everyone knows your demos are the best. So.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll pay you later.
On one side, it's a slow driver. On the other, an electric Squid Industries hot knife with a couple of adaptations and an order switch, so you can have one in front of the other or vice versa. And it will blast paint off walls. It will break glass.
I can attest to this. I tried it earlier, and it was mental.
Excellent. Yeah, that's generally what we aim for, is just shocked faces and smiles. Pedals for weirdos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That is my niche. That's my demographic right there. We share that demographic in common, I think. Yeah. I was playing with these two earlier as well. These are awesome as well. There's a lot of glitchy, random, fuzzy weirdness going on with just these two pedals as well.
Yeah, they're both prototypes. When they appear on the website, they will have completely different artwork. This one is a warped chorus with a bit crusher, both with their own true bypass switches, and so you've got all of the sweetness of an amazing chorus that then gets destroyed by a brick crusher. And then we have the random robot, which it has 4 settings to the robot side. So you've got standard fuzz, octave down fuzz, octave up fuzz, and then a wonderful arpeggiator, which has seen the most amount of shock on people's faces. And then adding to that, there's a randomizer which throws in an octave down or an octave up, depending on what note you play on the neck of the guitar. But I'm going to be calling it the magic switch, because it generally just adds magic to the effect.
Awesome. I did like that one a lot. I mean, there is a heritage to that circuit that I was familiar with, so it definitely rang some bells.
Half of it is a clone of the Death by Audio robot, yeah. But it will be at a much more affordable price.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, there's more to it, obviously, than just that pedal, but it's a very fun effect.
There's a couple of my pedals that are a clone, or they started as a clone of something else, but very quickly morphed into something more before going to production. So yeah,
I like that. I've always liked that about your pedals, like that you don't do just one for one clones of anything. No,
absolutely not. I'm not interested in that. If you can buy it already, why should you buy it from me?
Exactly.
But so yeah, I like to do something different, push the boundaries of what a circuit can do, and have fun.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, bringing fun to people's faces is absolutely what we're all about. Yeah.
I'll let you go. We got to start packing up. We all need to get out of here.
Good to see you again.
You too, my friend. Left-handed handshake. Take care.